When we first walked in here, we noticed how dull the rooms were. However, one thing that really stood out was the space. It was large enough so it gave us the freedom to brainstorm and come up with features that really make this home worth bragging about. As you walk into the entrance, you'll notice how this space is bright, and here we did away with the old gypsum ceiling design and did a new one with recess and cove lighting. On the far end is this sleek mirrored console table and a statement mirror, which are the first aspects of elegance that catches your eye as you walk into the house. The entrance to the living room from the corridor was initially too wide, and these pilaster pillars are a great way to reduce this space. They not only act as ornamental architectural elements for support, but are also the focal point of this whole space. God, I love how they turned out. One feature that was totally non-existent was a properly set up TV wall, so we customized this TV wall that is glossy white with a touch of marble for visual contrast. It has display sections where our client can display her decor items and other collectibles, and it is finished off by warm recessed lights that add up to brightening up the space. The same design concept that we have used on the TV wall also translates to this section here. Because of the dull colors that were previously in this house, the clients felt like they needed more windows to bring in more natural lighting. But we changed all of that and brightened up the space. So we closed the window that was previously here and gave them this display cabinet with storage cabinets at the bottom and a beautiful fireplace to elevate the general ambience of this space. There's no better way to make a space grand than with a circular ceiling. Because the height of the ceiling and the space of this living room was convenient enough, we had the chance to do both a circular ceiling and an indirect ceiling all around that is completed by cool cove and recessed lighting. You can agree with me, it steals the show for this whole space. We totally nailed it. This space here below the staircase was initially just empty, so we gave our client more storage space and a display section to have her flowers or decor items. In the dining section, we wanted to keep it simple but classy. One thing I love about this vessel vanity sink is its striking beauty and that it does not take up a lot of space compared to the previous one. It has storage at the bottom and also at the top where we have these push to open cabinets that are similar to the ones in the kitchen. This wall here is the focal point of the dining section, and we have mounted this molding that extends from the wall. It has a mantle for display finished with white marble and wall lights on the side. So this renovation is a setup renovation, which means it allows our client or the new buyer to have accessories of their choice. For example, they could have a very beautiful wall art here or a statement mirror to complete the space. In the dining section is the kitchen, and here we wanted the space to reflect convenience and functionality in terms of storage, ease of access and movement around the kitchen. So we had to sit down with our client and come up with a plan that was going to ensure easy movement around the kitchen, more storage and functionality. Arrangement of cabinets and placement of appliances was a bit misplaced, so here we did a total reshuffling of everything to ensure they fitted perfectly. So first off, we changed the position of this island that was previously too big and took up a lot of space. And the next thing we did was to shift the fridge, which was here, to this other side where we were forced to extend the wall and shift the pantry door to accommodate the fridge. We also gave them more storage at the top and this wine rack that allows our client to display and easily access her bottles and drinks. This kitchen was initially too dull because of the choice of color, so we went with a neutral color palette mainly consisting of white for the ceiling and the upper level cabinets. The lower level cabinets have grey with a hint of white and these black countertops that create contrast. I have to say, this marble backsplash really gives this kitchen the elegance it deserves. This hallway had a lot of structural challenges and we did not want to do away with the beams since it would affect the support of the house. So we joined them to come up with a simple gypsum ceiling design that is completed by spotlights that do not crowd the space since it is already too narrow. This is a family room and the first thing we did here was to come up with this TV wall. Initially they had a TV cabinet that took up a lot of space, so we gave them this simple TV wall with display cabinets on the side that takes up less space and ensure all their collectibles are arranged and put away neatly. Because the height of the ceiling was too low, we went with a very simple gypsum ceiling design that is completed by recessed lighting all round and this square chandelier. This room here is like a safe haven for the baby. It's actually one of my favorite rooms. I love the choice of color, the creativity, and the general arrangement. We all know Fine Urban Interiors does a splendid job in terms of creating spaces for kids, and this here takes it all. I mean, take a look at this feature wall. It has this very beautiful toddler themed wall art that really sets the mood for this room. Welcome to the master bedroom, and here it was initially too congested and disarranged. So the first step we took was to increase the height of the ceiling, and we have done this beautiful but simple gypsum ceiling design that really makes the space feel a bit larger. On this wall here, we have added wainscot panels to give the headboard wall some beauty. And then why have one color when you can have two? We chose a very exciting color palette of 2 shades of lavender that really completes this room very well. In terms of storage, this room had none at all. So we wanted to do something that was functional and also elevated the general outlook of this room without making it feel filled up. Having done all this puts this property at the forefront of high-end real estate listings. Thank you for keeping up with me throughout this video. I have been your host, Naeem Chepchirchir.